The football season is over. Sadly, we lost to Adams in the first round of the playoffs, which means our season is done.
It was a great season. We got to play 10 games this year since we made it to the playoffs. It's not every year that our team makes it that far.
Since the season is now over, we are going to recap all 10 of our games. Here we go.
Our first 2 games of the season were away games. We began the season on a chilly Thursday night in Fraser where we took down the Ramblers 34-0. A great shutout win to begin the season. Week 2 was against the Highlanders at their stadium, who handed us our first loss of the season. We lost that one 3-31. Week 3 was the highlighted game of the year as we would host Lake Orion for our first home game of the season. Rochester played a close but great game to defeat the Dragons 23-21. We had lost the previous 11 matchups to them but snapped that losing streak. It was our first win of the century against the Dragons, as the last time Rochester defeated them was back in 1996 with a score of 27-14. We can also add on the fact that Rochester defeated a team in Oakland Athletics Association Red League, which is the highest league in Oakland County. This was by far the best game of the year.
The next 3 games were all losses, unfortunately. Week 4 we would travel to Groves to play the Groves Falcons in our first conference game of the season. They unfortunately beat us pretty good along with the next 2 games. 7-35 for the final score against Groves. We then hosted rival Stony Creek for another conference game, to which they shut us out 0-34. Then week 6 we would travel to Harper Woods to play the Pioneers. The Falcons started off great by scoring the first touchdown of the game, but after that the rest of the game went downhill. 7-41 for the score.
Week 4 through 6th of May have been 3 losses in a row, but the last 3 games of the regular season were 3 wins in a row. October 10th we would host Southfield A&T for our last conference game, where we would defeat the Warriors 10-0. Week 8 was our O.A.A. crossover game against a Gold League team, which this year was against the Royal Oak Ravens. It was an easy win for the Falcons as they shut them out 41-0. Our last home game for senior night would be against Monroe. It almost was a shutout game as well, had our team not fumbled the ball at the beginning of the game to let them score a touchdown. It wasn't a complete shutout, but the Falcons beat the Trojans 42-6 for the last home game.
After defeating Monroe, we would find out that Rochester would make it into the playoffs ranked as number 31 through the playoff point system. On Halloween, the first playoff round took place and we had to face Adams once again, and we ended up losing unfortunately to the Highlanders 10-34. I'm still really happy we made it to the playoffs in the long run.
And that is a recap of all 10 games. Now let's go over our final record stats. Let's begin with the home game record. Rochester played 4 home games this year. And of those 4 games the Falcons won 3 out of 4.
Next up is the away game record. Rochester played 6 away games, and that includes the playoff game as well. Our record for away games was 2 wins and 4 losses.
Next up is the Oakland Athletics Association-wide conference record. There are 5 teams that make up this conference. Rochester ended up winning 1 game and losing the other 4.
And that brings us now to our final overall record for the 2025 Rochester High School Falcon football season. Our Falcons finished with 5 wins and 5 losses. 5 wins and 4 losses for the regular season, and 1 more loss after the playoff game.
And that brings us to the end of our season recap. We had a pretty good season overall. It's sad to see that it has already come to an end.
We're now going to play the fight song to close out the video and the 2025 Falcon football season. But before we do, we have 2 announcements.
Our first announcement is we have opened a new Rochester football website. This website was made to record and remember all of our football season records and schedules. We have football season records dating all the way back to 1950. We also have our videos linked to the seasons and games that we've attended as well. Here are a couple screenshots of what our website looks like. If you'd like to check it out, there is a link in the description of this video, and it's also linked on our YouTube channel homepage too. Our second announcement is that following this video, we will be posting our first ever highlighted season moments. Highlighting some of our best moments of the season. Stay tuned, it's gonna be great. Alright, we will now play the fight song to end things off for the 2025 football season. Start it up. Thanks for watching and go Falcons.